Hello everyone, welcome to my channel again. This is author Yasir Suleiman. I'm very much thankful for you too that you are all of you are interested in my videos and look forward to giving you more. It's like of course I take interviews with people of different genres and industries and professions and to speak something of what's on my mind also. My mind is very imaginative. So pardon me for that. So today also I have a very special guest from Malaysia. See, before I introduce the guest, I would like to go a little back towards the onset of I'm sorry, or also known as COVID-19. Lot of people, it could be loss of jobs, health issues. Many people were affected. I don't have to expand on it. A lot of people were affected and they had no money, were health was suffering a lot. Then what do you call it? They didn't know how to survive also. The people who got through it are actually lucky. And I must say, I am one of the lucky ones. Okay, so here I have Salim Satori from Malaysia, who was a trainer in Malaysia. Oh, I guess he should be also a trainer right now. And he'll tell it when he joins. And he couldn't have any earning during this COVID-19 period. He suffered a lot, got mental issues, went into depression, and despite all this, came out and wrote a book about it. Today's discussion with Salim Satori of Malaysia is about the book he wrote. So, everyone, please welcome Salim Satori. Hi, Salim.
Thank you so much, Mr. Yasir. Thank you so much. What a wonderful introduction. It is a snapshot, very concise, very direct, and you have summarized what you're going to talk. Yeah, so thank you very much. Good morning from Malaysia to everyone in India today. Good morning. Yeah.
Good morning, Salim. So,
Yeah.
I gave the introduction. Why not you say it in your own words? Like, what's your book about? How did it start? And what went into writing it?
Thank you, Yasir. Again, good morning, everyone in India. Now, I have been a corporate trainer for 14 years. Now, 14 years, I do leadership management program throughout Malaysia and also Southeast Asia. I used to work for people, but I went into corporate training because I love to teach. I read a lot of books. So what happened? Here comes in 2020. We in Malaysia, we started to have the lockdown in March 18 when the cases started to rise. It started
Uh,
to rise in Thailand, Korea, then it was
yeah,
in Malaysia. So
right.
what happened? Lockdown came in. So you see, my job involved people. Mr. Yasir, we travel a lot. We meet people. We take flights. I'm an outdoor person. I meet people. I want to
Yeah,
make change in
right.
people's life.
Sure, sure. Same
So
here. Same here.
yeah, so you and I, you are changing life. You. I'm humble. I'm humble, honored with this fantastic opportunity to talk because this is real. This is real. This is real.
Right,
This is a real story. So what happened? Soft skill training, Yasir.
right.
People don't want to do Zoom or Microsoft Team
Okay.
because
Okay.
technical training. Say example, I'm teaching you Microsoft Excel,
Uh,
Microsoft Office, or maybe
uh,
SharePoint. Maybe business writing. I can do because it's one on one, or maybe you are
right.
teaching me mathematics. But soft skill, example, a coaching program. I do coaching, involve people. Say example, a classroom. Now we do paired coaching activity. So example, I also teach presentation skill, corporate presentation skills.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
how can I see you working, preparing the slide, and going up the stage because you're seated, and we can't go into the breakout
Yeah,
rooms.
yeah. Right,
So
right, right.
yeah, so that's the reason. Yeah. So what happened? The challenge was clients say we shelve soft skills. Soft skill not important. We focus on hard skill. We don't want to use Zoom because some of the employees working from home they don't have the infrastructure. So
Right.
that's where lockdown, was up and down, up and down. And it got worse. I didn't realize the first year by September I was very depressed.
Uh-huh.
You never know you're depressed.
Right.
Someone must diagnose you,
Yeah.
because a lot of people think I'm feeling depressed. No, feeling sad is an emotion.
Yeah.
Depression is a mood, and you never know
Mood.
inside. So
State of mind. A state of mind. Right.
yeah,
Right. Right.
state of mind. Dr.
Right.
Gabo Mate, he said depression means you being pressed down. You're being pressed down, very powerfully, and you don't realize it. So by year end 2020, virtually zero income, zero. I don't know what to do because I have my wife, my kid. The Malaysian government did what they could with moratorium, payment laters. But then I said, okay, I was having dark days. I didn't know I feel down. I know I feel dark. So then came 2021.
Okay.
So keep on trying, and the lockdown continues. Lockdown continues.
Too much.
Suddenly the cases
Right.
spiked. I think the
Right.
virus mutated into something else. I think it was
Yeah. More
Delta.
more
Yeah.
variants. More variants.
More
Right. Right.
variant. Yes, indeed.
Right.
Yes, absolutely, indeed. So what happened? It got worse. I did have few training days, few training days, but the client keep on canceling. We did online program. So what happened? It got getting worse and worse. I didn't realize I lost weight. Then I start having argument with my wife. I get sensitive. I get angry. I don't realize it. My wife said you have changed. I don't know. I just don't know what was happening. We tried. We tried. I'm 50 years old, 49 years old when I got it.
Okay.
People
Okay.
just tell, yeah, it's not easy. I lost everything at 49.
Right.
At
That age.
50,
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right.
I'm
Right.
supposed to be stable, but now
Right.
lost it. A very educated
Completely.
man, a well-read
Right.
person. So
Right.
how do you absorb it? Like Jiddu
Right.
Krishnamurti said, the dissolution of the self. Jiddu Krishnamurti said the
Right.
self is gone, the dignity as a man. That's why in my book I talk
Right.
about, you can see my photo, uh, my family, how I felt
Could
as a
you could
man,
you
as a
could you be
husband, as a father.
slow, little slow, a little
Yeah,
slow? Yeah, sure, sure. Right, right, right. A
yeah,
little bit over here
yeah,
towards the
yeah.
screen.
Sorry.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, as a father, as a
Ah,
husband.
okay.
Yeah,
Husband.
okay.
Right, right, right.
A- and I covered a lot about digitization. Uh, Depression is not sadness.
Uh-huh.
Depression is not sadness. Depression is not sadness. Can you see depression, not sadness?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I get
yeah,
it, I get it.
yeah.
No, it would
So
be better. See, no, I understand. Your
yeah,
book speaks about what is depression,
yes.
how to define. Does it also speak about, I mean, explain to people how to get over depression or
We
some tips, some suggestions? Like
okay.
if people are having depression, right?
Yeah, you see, depression in Western countries, they have a structure for that. You can find psychologists every corner, therapists. But in Asia, most country, I'm speaking about my side, Malaysia, in South Asia, we don't have any
Right.
infrastructure. We have growth,
Okay.
but we don't have plans. We don't have
Huh.
plans to handle the mental health. Because Dr. Yuval Harari, which is I mentioned, in the 21st century is the century of stress. Because
Okay.
in the future, AI can take over your job.
Right.
Now,
Right.
depression can happen like me. I'm a strong man.
Right.
I went through
Right.
economic crisis. But the problem this time with the
Okay.
lockdown, I cannot, all industries were shut down. I so psychologically I try to fight. The psychological response, fight or flee. Correct. I
Right.
try to
Right.
fight my problem. I couldn't fight.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to run
Mm-hmm.
away from my problem. I couldn't run away.
Wonderful.
Cortisol level went up. That's where I went into depression. See, I give
Okay.
solution. I give solution. But if you ask a psychologist, if you read any articles on depression in the Western media, Western articles, which are very good, they have done a lot of research. They'll just give you a simple article about example. Sandy lost a job, so she went into depression. Finally, the neighbor
Right.
took her
Right.
to the clinic, and she's getting better now. But my book is different. It's a day-to-day log of how
Right.
I
Right. Right.
felt. Day to day, the destruction of the self. Day to day, the loss, the humiliation. Day to day, what to do. And you believe or not why I wrote the book. After my wife took me to the clinic. This is the day my wife took me to the clinic.
Oh, that's also in your book. Wow. Wow.
In the
Okay.
book, this is my
Okay.
photo. This is my
Okay.
photo where I
Okay.
was
Okay.
clinically depressed because
Oh my. Oh
depression.
my. Oh my.
November 21, depression is mental. They say mind
Right.
and body
Right.
connected. But the
Right,
problem
right.
is when severe depression attacks your body, suddenly my body become hard, hard, like Yasir, like I cannot explain, like I become very hard, like
Wordless.
I
Right, right, right.
I told my wife, I think today I'm gonna die. I went to the clinic. I don't know what to do. Very
Right,
painful. I told doctor, I don't know what's happening. She said, you're clinically depressed. She
right,
told
right.
me, what's your problem? I said, I couldn't go to work. And they said, oh my God, you've been depressed for 2 years and now you came? I didn't know.
Wow,
Because
wow,
she
wow,
said,
wow, wow. Wow.
depression leads to suicide, Yasir.
Yeah, yeah, I
Because
understand.
people say, I'm a Muslim, you are one, and most
Right,
people religion will say you must have faith in God, but depression is a different game. You
I
see,
understand.
your cognitive ability will be destroyed. That's where
Right,
the mind takes over. He says, run away, run away, run away, mayday, mayday, mayday. He starts hitting you like that. He hits you
right.
tak, 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 tak,
I get
until
it. I get it.
you cannot control. So the doctor provided me antidepressant. That
Uh,
means antidepressant. She said, now you take it.
right.
For 2 years, I suffered unnecessarily. I took
Uh,
the antidepressant within 5 days, though my problem was not solved end of 2021.
right,
But within
right.
5 days, the strumming on the head, like something is knocking
Yeah,
me inside,
yeah. I
was
get it. I get it.
over. Was
Right.
over. And I, first time in 2 years, I slept peacefully.
Wow, wow, wow,
And
wow.
I woke up within 5 days. I able to be to clear. And my only friend throughout the session, my only friend who stood behind me, held my hand, motivated me. I talk about friends, relative, clients walk out. My only friend, can you see?
Cool. Right.
He's with me.
Yeah.
Gobinathan. He's my best buddy here.
Okay.
He
Cool.
he was my only friend who stood with me. He said, "Why you're because I write management article. Why don't you
Right.
tell your stories?
Right.
Tell your story, Salim." I say, "How?" You know what she told me? He told me, because even within 5 days, November 21, I started to write. Middle of November 21, I know 2022 things will get worse. He told me,
Right.
Salim, you got no choice. You don't write, you're gonna die, because
Right.
my industry was not picking up. Some industries refused to do training, cancel and everything.
Right.
So, and the problem with this, Yasir, as an author, I cannot go off grid.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm poor. I'm a poor man. I wrote this book while on Prozac, while financially broke. A poor man, a middle class family went into total perdition.
Right.
Poverty, fakir. I become a miskin. See,
Yeah. Yeah.
the problem is that I wrote the book while struggling. So I told myself, how can I write? So what happened? I wake up 5 a.m. every day. Woke up and build a structure. I start writing it, writing it, writing. Tell myself there is no plan to end the book. There's no plan to win the Pulitzer Prize. I wrote the book not to
Yeah.
win the Booker's Prize, Nobel Prize, or any Pulitzer, just to tell my story. Tell my
Story.
story
Release.
out,
Release out. Right. Right.
release
Release.
out, because
Right.
because you
Yeah.
see,
Right.
one of the reason Asians, when you talk to them, they will say, don't worry, be a man, you must be strong, you're a man, everybody is suffering. No, every suffering is unique,
Right.
Yasir. Every suffering is unique, must be treated with equal respect. Because you see, depression can even hit a rich man. Robin Williams, which is I covered here, Anthony
Yeah.
Bourdain. Rich people can
Right.
be depressed, the old age
Right.
can be depressed, the homeless can be depressed, chemotherapy
Right.
patient can be depressed. Depression you cannot see. I can ask a classroom of people, tell them to write what is depression. None of them will get it right. That's why it cannot be
You.
described.
You know
It cannot
something,
be
Salim?
described. Yeah.
No, I was listening to you. Do you know something? We
Yeah.
would share some more similarities.
Wow.
I too have been a victim of depression. My case was when I was in
Must be.
college, when I was 19 years, I had a
Okay.
big bike accident,
Hmm.
and my skull got shattered,
Okay.
and the left side of my brain got
Oh
complete
my.
damage. I can't think with the left side of the brain. I couldn't. It's like if you know of the Indian film
Oh
Gajini.
my.
I
Yeah.
couldn't remember anything. I couldn't, other than my mom
Oh
and my
my.
grandmom, maybe my sister, I couldn't remember anything. I even forgot A to Z or A to Z. I even forgot that. I'm sorry, the voice is breaking off. Okay. Uh, I
I
even
can hear you.
forgot
Yeah.
that. Right, right.
Yeah. My
Okay.
God.
And everyone had like written me off. That's it. Doctors
Oh
not
my God.
actually. If my psychiatrist from the hospital is watching this video, perhaps he can agree. They had written me off. He can't
Oh
do
my
anything. Yasa
God.
can't do anything. Thanks to Allah, thanks to God, I am here now, but I know what it has been through. And this
Yeah.
is the same way how I became an author. I too am an author, but I
Yeah.
write mostly
Wow.
fiction. I
Yes.
write
Yes.
mostly fiction, but it's
Yeah.
like instances of my life I put in the books. The same thing.
You
Releasing
correct.
it. I
Yes.
have a lot of stories inside me. I want to tell it
Ye-
out,
Yeah.
but no one will believe me.
Yes. True.
If I tell that I have been so and so, I have been involved in so and so, you wouldn't believe me. This is my
Right.
room in my home. No one will
Yeah.
believe me, but I
Right.
have been. That's
But you
right.
have
I have.
we write the stories so that
Right,
nobody can lie. No, nobody can say
right,
is sorry. Nobody can say it's a lie. This is whether you believe it or not. This is facts because this is our
right.
story. But the best part I
True.
notice about you, Yase, you
Right.
remember the human will to survive is
Thank you.
stronger than any medicine.
Right,
Human
right.
will of to survive.
To survive.
With the human nature, we can survive if we can.
Right.
So it's all the way we went, and you, my heart goes out to you what you went through. Your story must
Thank
be
you.
told. Because you and I feel for you. You've been
Right.
through
Thank you.
cases people written you off. So you're
Right.
right. That's why we wrote our story so that
Right.
my daughter will be a witness in the future. The father
Right.
fought the battle. The father
That
fought the
battle. Yeah.
battle and wrote it. And you are right. I covered about 42 chapters. It covers the
Oh,
common man
oh.
and also
Right.
solution. See, I'm
Right.
not a psychiatrist. I'm not a
Right.
psychiatrist, but I've known a lot about the subject. I can put a psychiatrist in the book, in the corner, because I know.
Right.
But you know what? Any psychiatrist listening today this book, you must understand that I'm championing psychiatrist. In my book, can
Wow.
I read
Wow.
it, Mr.
Wow.
Yase?
Please read it.
Can I
Please.
read it?
Yeah. Please.
Uh,
Read.
uh, uh, Recognize that mental illness exists, that life is unpredictable, correct? You
A
and
little
I
bit slowly. A little slowly. A little slowly. Okay.
recognize that mental illness exists, that life is unpredictable, recognize that disaster can strike anytime. The benefits of Prozac or SSRI, they are chemicals, to balance the
Okay.
mental
Okay.
imbalances,
Right.
and early diagnosis of treatment for depression, because depression will lead you to suicide.
True.
The
True.
importance of having clinical psychologists, therapists, we need them more than ever. So in my
True.
book, I'm championing them because in many Asian countries, psychologists are not even respected. They are given
Right.
human resource job. Since you are a psychologist, we give you HR department job. Actually, they are so important. They can help, they can support.
Right.
Now, let me
Right.
tell you about depression.
Right.
Severe depression that I had, uh, two ways to treat. But some people, when they want to commit suicide, you cannot give antidepressant. Based on my research,
Yeah.
you have to go for ECT,
Right.
electric convulsion therapy. They need to
Right.
put electric nodules and shake you out, create a very
But
sensitive
I
area
believe
inside.
that is an extreme step. Hopefully, people will be
Yeah,
able to, how to say, like yourself, fight it on their own, come through,
right.
right? So, right. So
Okay.
this is what I want to ask. See, you have spoken a lot about depression, what you have gone through. I have given a gist of
Yeah.
what I have gone through. Okay, what is it in your book that can it can be any small passage also, it can be anything. What is it in your book that can help people either who are going to depression or would like to know more about the topic depression or psychiatry? What is it that special, unique point in your book?
Very good question. See, my book is to destigmatize depression, especially in Asian countries. Western
Right.
countries, I gave a talk. There were a bunch of Germans in the class. They gave me a standing ovation, being an Asian. Now you can Google any book on depression. Nobody have written their experience like me. There are books on depression, how
Right.
to treat depression. But this one is my
Ah,
experience. There was one lady, she wrote a book about depression. If you know
okay.
Naomi Judd, you can Google River of Time. She was a country
Ah,
singer back in US. She has a very famous daughter who is an actress, Ashley Judd. What happened? She's very rich. She went through severe depression for years. What happened? Whatever medicine you give her, the medicine cannot help. After she wrote the book, couple of months later, if I'm not mistaken, she shot herself dead. She
oh,
shot herself
oh,
dead. My
shit.
God. And the
Okay.
book's
Right.
about depression. So I
Right.
wrote this book in the memory of many people. You see, I was walking a very thin line. I wrote the book with zero motivation, zero hope, using my saving. I had no choice. I cannot rely on motivation because motivation is
Right.
fleeting, because everything
Right.
was negative around me. Being a
Right.
management consultant, I'm very pragmatic. I'm
Right.
confront reality. Confront. I remember as a management consultant, you must read Ram Charan's book,
Yeah.
Confronting
Yeah.
Reality.
Real.
Ram Charan
Right.
said,
Right.
confront reality. So I confront reality. I kept writing. Kept writing. Finally realized the book was ready. From 70 chapter, I cut it to 42. So in my book, one message, if you can ask me, we have to, number one, openly talk about it. Family members must be aware. There's some tips how to detect a family member, anyone who goes through a tragedy. See, different people go through different tragedies. Tragedy could be
Right.
trauma could be
Right.
job loss. Why I went into depression? Because I lost my job. So it's a traumatic experience. You believe, I met somebody. She said, Salim, are you okay? I say I cannot be 100% okay. I i'm still not out of the woods yet. 3 years, I still do get one or two jobs, so
Right.
I cannot say 100% okay. Now, second thing, I have not grieved yet, Mr. Yasir. I cannot go for grieving time or healing time because I'm still running to make ends
Yeah.
meet. If I go for
Right.
grieving session, who'll feed my family? So the
Yeah.
message is
True.
trying to say is not about motivation. This book is pure scientific approach. That means number one, you must have empathy. You must know what is depression. You must understand kids can get depressed. Teenagers are depressed,
Yeah. Any age.
and
Any age. Any
any
gender. Right.
age. Sometimes,
Right.
Mr. Yasir, sometimes hereditary.
Yeah.
Hereditary because of the diet we have. The diet,
Right.
sorry, our ancestors. I mean, they might
Yeah.
have that.
Yeah.
Second thing, the diets that we have today, very bad food we are
Yeah.
eating.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
why it affects, because all the chemicals that elevates mood, GABA,
Yeah.
glutamate, serotonin, dopamine, all that chemicals that makes your brain work are
So
made in the gut.
this is one sec. This is another thing I noticed. Actually, many people have this
Yeah.
misnomer. You have gone through depression, you will not know anything, you can't do anything. But here you are speaking a lot about psychiatry, speaking a lot about
Oh my
depression,
God. Yeah.
speaking a lot about chemistry. Then, if you are not an expert, then what are you? You are special. I hope I have also been able
Thank you,
to
sir.
do something like that, right? Okay. Like even I remember this
Oh,
specifically. People have told me that you can't do anything, you will not reach anything. And here I am taking an interview with you. You are in Malaysia, I'm in India. I have to take an
it works because you know,
interview.
first step, you called me yesterday. I was so excited. India
Right.
lost nearly 1 million people to COVID-19.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm
Yeah.
wrong. Nearly
Yeah.
India. What now? They expect another pandemic to come. They
Yeah,
expect
yeah,
another pandemic. What will
yeah,
happen? Because Deborah McKenzie, in a book, she said lockdowns kills many people because many
yeah,
industries cannot be covered. I also
yeah.
covered hotel industry. I also
Right,
covered hotels industry, bars, restaurant. And I'll also
right,
talk about mental fog and feeling space
right,
out. Mental
right.
fog. I also talk
Okay.
about, hold on. Um,
A
uh,
little bit to the screen. Show to the
yeah,
screen. Yeah. Ah, yeah, right.
friends.
Yeah.
Can you say it? Friends and
A little
relatives? Can
more, a
you
little more, a little. Ah, right. Yeah, yeah.
can you
Ah,
see
right.
friends and
Yeah,
relatives?
okay.
Yeah, friends and
Right,
relatives. Friends and relatives.
right.
I also covered two groups of COVID-19 fallout. Can you see?
Yeah,
I
right. Yeah.
covered, and I also talk about yoga. I think the
Okay.
greatest gift of India to the world is yoga. Now, yoga helped me in many ways because from those days, I was studying a lot of literature by
Right.
Jiddu. You know Jiddu Krishnamurti, right?
Right. I have
Jiddu,
heard of it. Right.
Jiddu Krishnamurti and Osho. Osho
Yeah. Yeah.
Maharishi. Maharishi, I
Yeah.
study
Yeah.
his material, but I also went
Right.
into Sadhguru. Sadhguru himself simplifies
Right.
yoga. So I was doing
Right.
a lot of reading, so in a way, they really helped me through the tough time.
Right.
Sometimes very dark. I just listen to Sadhguru. I say, just watch his face, watch his video. I say, okay, I'm a bit, but the problem is this: you can do yoga, you can help family support, but what is the underlying cause the person went into depression? That one must be solved. Now,
Right.
if this year my problem have not been solved, if this year things do not improve for me, I might can go back into depression. I do
Right.
have dark days. I do have dark days, Yasir. Very dark,
Right.
but I know what it is. I can control it. I cannot go back and take the chemicals again. That doesn't
Right.
solve the problem. So, but Yasir, together you and I want to champion. I want to make depression literacy among people. I want people
True.
to talk about it. I want people to elevate the job. Any psychiatrists here, you are doing a noble job. You are a good person. You can help. You can make a change. But sometimes people do not understand depression because psychiatric jargons. They think depression means you're mad, mental illness, you're mad.
Right.
You are schizo, you are dementia, you are having dementia, Alzheimer. No, it is not a brain disease. Remember one thing only: a, a normal man going through an abnormal situation.
Situation. Perfectly
Yeah,
said. Perfectly
yeah.
said.
So
Right.
we need to find what is a situation that causes the person to be stressed. Remove that situation, then we can treat. We treat that person, but we do not want them to go into depression because
Right.
usually when they go to depression, because no help came for them. Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, thank you so much, Salim. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you, Yasir.
I wish you can share some link or something, or else I will share in our when we post this on my YouTube channel. I will share the
Yeah.
link to your
Right.
books. On what platforms are your book available? Is your book available? Like Amazon? Which what platforms?
Okay. Yes. Yasir. I received my books on the 31st 12th last year.
Okay.
Just only 4 months from the printer.
Oh, but-
So the
okay.
book is fresh.
Yeah, sure.
You are one of the earliest person who interviewed me. Yeah, Yasi, I'm
True,
grateful
true,
to you.
true.
I'm so
Thank
grateful.
you.
Shukran,
Right.
shukran. Very, very grateful.
Thank you.
Now, at the moment, I got my own printer. Amazon did
Ah,
call me. At the
okay.
moment, I have not made it into any. Actually, the book is still with me. I've not
Oh,
prepared it to sell
online.
yet. Yeah, but
Okay.
I need to do. You're right. There are people
Right.
asking me. Recently,
Right.
someone from overseas asking me the book. So I might look at Amazon, where they
Right.
might have the ebook, something like
Ebook.
that, and
No,
yeah, something like that.
I suggest you put it on Amazon because it can be done freely. That ebook can be done freely. Okay.
Right, right.
If required, after this interview, I'll give you tips. You
Yeah.
can do it for free.
Thank you.
Perhaps
Thank you.
many more people across the world can read and enjoy a book.
They
Okay.
need to, and they think, they find for those who lost everything, for those who
Right.
suffered like me, they
Right.
will find, oh my, this is a consolation. I did some
Right.
training program this year. I get one few training this year. I put
Right.
the book behind there. Few of the participants bought the book. One lady, she bought the book, she cried. She said, my
Right.
husband is depressed, my daughter is depressed. So
Yes.
they say, you really tell the story. You really brave enough. You know why
Right.
I wrote the book? I have to thank my parents also.
Right.
Yasir, I want to just summarize. See, Asians by nature, if they want to open up, they say you don't open up. You shame your family. You know what I mean? You write
Yeah.
your story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
True. True.
but I wrote a lot of things in detail, but many things I did not write. See,
Right.
I thank my parents because they have these European philosophy books in my house,
Okay.
like
Right. Right.
Voltaire, like Rousseau, like Bertrand
Okay.
Russell, Immanuel Kant,
Wow.
and
Wow.
Rand. So I was reading European Aristotle, Plato, European history from those days because the Europeans are brave. They talk about it,
True.
So that's the reason why, though I am from Asia, but I wrote the book because I think like them. I say I have to
True.
create this because for humanity,
Yeah.
for
Right.
humanity. So
Right.
that's how I came about to write the book. Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much, Salim. And I
Thank you,
hope you
Yasir. Thank you. Thank you.
put it online soon enough, and I
Yeah.
will be happy to spread the link for you.
Thank you.
Okay.
And I want to keep
Thank
in
you.
touch with you. I hope someday I
Sure.
can
Definitely.
fly to India to work with
You're
you on
most welcome.
other things.
You're
I
most
would
welcome.
like to
Right.
visit you and whoever it
For sure.
is. Yeah,
Right.
definitely. Please keep in touch. I want to thank everyone
Sure.
for coming today for this for Mr. Yasir Sulaiman's show. And I want to thank Mr. Yasir. He really gave me a nice booster shot today. He inspired me, and
I'm
few
grateful.
days I'll be very high, natural high from Mr. Yase. This is my daughter. Say hi to Mr. Yase. No, please. Yes, guys, she's
Yeah.
very shy. Yeah,
Could you come to the
she want to
screen,
say,
please?
Uncle want to say, Uncle want to say, come, say hi.
Hey,
She's
hi. No,
so.
it's okay. My son
Thank
has
you.
gone to his native place, so he's
Yeah,
not. I think you can see the photo at back. That's my.
yeah, correct.
That's my okay, he's not over here right now.
I
So
see, I
perhaps some
see.
other day I'll show. Okay, right.
If I may
He's gone
ask,
to his native place.
Yase,
Right.
which part of India are you now? Are you
No,
from
I'm
north?
in Tamil Nadu. No,
Oh,
South
you're
India,
Tamil.
Tamil Nadu.
In
I am
in the capital.
no,
Yeah,
no, no. No, I'm not in Chennai. There's a city
uh,
called Coimbatore. That's one of the fastest growing cities in
I know, Coimbatore.
right.
I know, Coimbatore,
Coimbatore,
very
right,
famous. Yeah,
right,
that's where
right.
Sadhguru has his ashram down there.
Yes, yes. It's
Uh,
actually
uh,
kind of close to my home, about 5 kilometers
Nilgiri
from my
Hills, I
home.
think Nilgiri Hills,
No,
I think, if I know was it.
not. There is one. What is it? I'm sorry, I forgot the Isha Foundation.
Isha
Isha
Foundation.
Foundation is very
Yes,
close.
yes,
Right, right.
yes. Hope
That's
to,
around
yeah.
5 kilometers
Well,
away. Right.
if you're Tamil Nadu, I think it's very near, about five hours away. One day, never know.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Inshallah, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank
Right.
you so
Okay.
much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, it. Thank you.
Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, everyone. This is Salim Satori for you. Thank you, Salim Satori, for joining us.
Thank
Hopefully,
you.
we'll meet soon. Right.
Thank you very much.
So, everyone, that was a how should I say a big discussion, a huge discussion. We spoke about a lot of topics, and I hope this would be useful to many people. I must say, this was one of the most lively discussions I have ever had on this channel of mine. So thank you everyone. Thank you everyone. And please do like this video. Please do share it. And please do subscribe to my channel. So until next time, it's Yasser Suleiman saying tata. Oh, that's a